What's up, guys? It's FTKComputer. Yes, I know. I took a long time to do it. Life got hard. Shit happened. I was riding the struggle bus. Finals week kicked my ass. But here I am, and finally gonna do my Q&A. Thank you guys for helping me reach 7,000 subscribers. I'm always appreciative of all the love and support you guys show me and all the comments that you guys leave, and especially for the people that share my stuff all the time, because I don't have any social media, but thank you so much. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into these questions. I'm sorry I didn't write down the YouTube names of who asked the questions, but y'all know if you asked the question. And in the future, if you want me to say the YouTube names, I will. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it quick and concise so I can answer as many questions as possible. Thank you guys once again, and let's go. All right, first, do you have any pets? My family has a pet, so I kind of consider that my pet. His name is Soda. He's like a medium-sized terrier mix. And my sister actually has a dog named Brownie that has really cute Dobby ears from Harry Potter. So cute. All right, next, how do you feel about the Sombra and Symmetra ship? I talked about this before. I just don't understand shipping culture. Like, I feel like I just don't get it. But I don't necessarily, I'm not against it. I don't know. When it comes to Symmetra, I just don't see Symmetra as being a character that would have a love interest, you know? But what are your thoughts? What are you guys, you can take this question for me. What are you guys' thoughts about the Sombra and Symmetra ship, and who do you see each character, who do you think they would make the best, I guess, quote unquote, ship with? So yeah, answer in the comments and let me know. All right, next. What are your favorite video games ever? My favorite video games ever are Resident Evil 5, Overwatch, Street Fighter 4, and I think out of all of those, my absolute favorite is Jet Set Radio Future and Jet Grind Radio. If you've never played Jet Grind Radio, I believe you can download it on PlayStation Network. This is not a paid video. I wish it was, but it's not. But it's an absolute amazing game. I mean, it's just so different from anything else that I've ever played. So yeah, I hope we get a sequel to Jet Set Radio Future. And if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. You know, it's a really awesome game. All right, next. After the comics and event timeline, how would you like to see Symmetra grow as a character? To be honest, I would like to see more of how Symmetra got to where she is, because that comic was very like short in like her entire story. But I want to know how she got from being just another architect at Vishkar to being like an assassin and secret agent. Like, how did that even come to be? And like, is this typical at Vishkar? Is everyone who works there like this, or is it just her? That's what I would be more interested in seeing about Symmetra. You know what I'm saying? All right, next. Will you ever do a face reveal? I don't know. Just real talk, like, my goal has been, when it comes to YouTube, has never really to be like a quote-unquote YouTube idol or like an internet celebrity. Like, I think what makes my channel work so well and why people enjoy it so much is that the focus is more on the actual gaming, and not me, you know, as a person or as a player. So yeah, I'm not against it, maybe in the future, but that's just my thoughts on that. Next, is Petty Symmetra going to be a regular series? Petty Symmetra will always exist, but I don't think it'll be a series. I think what makes Petty Symmetra so awesome is the fact that it's really, you know, organic. She just comes out every now and again when my team is on some bullshit. And I think that's what makes it so great, is that it's never planned, but it just ends up happening. So yeah, it's not gonna be a series, but she'll be there, and trust me, she'll come back. Next, if you could buff something about each of your mains, what would it be? For Symmetra, I would stop the enemy team from saying like, oh, the enemy has a teleporter, shield generator. For Ana, I would buff her damage back to where it was. And for Sombra, I would buff her gun. I think her gun's way too weak. Alright, next. If you could have the abilities of one hero, who would it be? Definitely Mercy. I'd want to be able to heal myself, fly, and then stay young forever. So, yeah. Alright. What is your least favorite part of Overwatch? My least favorite part of Overwatch is the hero class system. And the reason this is because I feel like that, along with like the idea of meta, kind of restricts Overwatch gameplay. Like, I feel like if we had more hero classes and more heroes, then it would be much more dynamic as to who you can pick and what tactics you can use. Or what tactics are seen as like accessible to use or appropriate to use. I feel like, you know, with things like 222 and, you know, you need to have this amount of DPS, you need to have 2 healers, like, I feel like we need more hero classes. Yeah, and that's my least favorite part of Overwatch, is just how restricted that makes it feel sometimes. Next. Do you ever get tired of Overwatch? Nah, not really, not yet. What are your favorite colors? My favorite colors are black, red, and highlighter yellow. Flipping the page. What got you into being a YouTuber? Just in school, sometimes you just have a little free time, and I've always been like a lurker in the comments and watching other YouTubers, so I just figured, like, why the fuck not? Like, if they can do it, I can do it. And so I just started a YouTube, and here we are now. Alright, what is your favorite video game memory? Or no, pause. What is your first video game memory? My first video game memory is playing Mario Kart when I was a child. And this is Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo. So yeah, that was my first video game memory ever. How often do you get angry messages on PSN? I actually get angry messages quite a bit. And the funny thing is, it's not from people that I've actually played with. It's just people who see my YouTube and just want to send me mean messages. Like, get a fucking life. Alright, next. I'd love to hear music groups that you would highly suggest. What are your favorite groups that you listen to all the time? I absolutely love Rob Zombie. I think I've said that in another video. I also have been listening to a lot of Pop Evil lately. If you're into like metal and rock, you know, I also like Cold, which is another rock band. Yeah, Cold, Year of the Spider, I think is a great album. Who else? I also really like Dawn Richard, who used to be a member of like the pop group Danity Kane, but now she does a lot of like experimental electronic music that I think is real dope. I also like Abra, who is another singer, yeah, who does like, maybe, how would I classify it? Like old, kind of like old electro / maybe dark wave type stuff. So yeah, check them out. Alright, next. What cologne do you wear and what does it smell like? I wear a cologne called Stephen Jones by Comme des Garçons, and it smells like a mixture of rocks, dishwashing detergent, and violets. A lot of people said it smells like, when I was reading reviews on it, people said it smells like something someone would wear to a funeral. And that's all I needed to hear, and I snatched that bitch up so quick, and it smells amazing. Alright, next. How do you deal with competitive Overwatch pressure? I honestly, the way that I deal with it is by not giving a fuck. Like, I don't care really about my rank. I grinded to Diamond just because so many people would always leave just nasty comments saying that I couldn't do it, which kind of motivated me to do it. But now I'm glad that it's over, because now I can just get back to enjoying Overwatch, and I would suggest the same for you. Like, you know, try your hardest to win, have fun, you know, be competitive, but don't let other people try to, you know, make you feel some type of way about playing or losing. Losing is part of any game. So yeah, just don't obsess about your rank. Don't obsess about, you know, what other people say. Just have fun with it. Next, when you choose Sombra or Sim, how do you deal with the pressure of going healer? That's a good question. Because I'm a solo queuer, I'll go healer if someone picks a healer and they just picked a healer because everyone else had already picked their characters and they kind of did it out of obligation, but it's not working or we're not getting the heals that we need. I'll switch to healer, you know, if I'm Sombra or Sim. What I won't do, what the fuck I won't do, is switch to a healer just because somebody doesn't like my fucking pick. That's what I don't do. But like, if people, like, if I honestly feel like the team is really trying and we're just not having the amount of heals that we need, I'll switch to a healer. Like, I'll try it. Okay, next. How did you find your mains? I play with characters that are not straightforward. I think that's what I like, the kind of characters that I gravitate towards, and why I don't like characters that are very cut and dry. Yeah, that's how I picked all of my characters. It's just like characters whose playstyles that I resonated with. Next, what's the difference between playing PC and playing console Overwatch in your perspective? So I played PC Overwatch once or twice. I want to say maybe twice. The difference really is just the aiming mechanics, and I feel like that's a big. It changes the game a lot. On PC, like aiming is, I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but it's very easy to do. And so with that, there's like, it makes the game very straightforward and very kind of like, you know what your role is, you know what you're supposed to do. There's not much leeway. Whereas on console, I think that the aiming skill adds like another level to the game. And so like there is more leeway and there is more, I mean, different things work. So it's a very different game on console than it is on PC. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's better or worse, it's just different. So yeah. What is your favorite part about being a YouTuber? Them YouTube checks. I'm just kidding. My favorite part about being a YouTuber is being able to kind of like enjoy gaming and then find other people that really enjoy gaming, and like being able to kind of have this community of people enjoying gaming together. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's what my favorite part about being a YouTuber is being able to talk about video games all day with people that like video games. You know, it's hard to find friends that really like video games sometimes, or to the level of, you know, liking it as much as you do. And so I think it's really cool that, you know, I get to talk to so many of you guys who enjoy playing games all day. So yeah. And last but not least, do you have an exact spot for the shield gen and teleporter on every map? I have a few certain amounts of a few certain amounts of, I can't even speak no more. I have a few spots that I usually my go-to spots, but it depends on how the game is going, you know? Like, I'd say a good thing is to find 3 locations on a map that you feel are good and go with one of those every time, you know? And don't put it in the open. That's the only other thing I can say. So yeah, I don't have any time for any more, but I promise you guys I will do another one when I get to 8,000, just for holding y'all up so long for this one. But once again, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I will catch you around on the internets. Peace.